My name is Christine Malazardi, and I will be presenting a brief overview of iMovie. iMovie is a video editing software program that is available for both the Mac OS and for iOS devices such as the iPhone, iPad, and iTouch. iMovie belongs to a family of software programs that perform nonlinear video editing. This means that, when using the program, video and audio can be placed in an order and manipulated without destroying the original source media. In essence, you are giving a nonlinear video editing program the instructions on how to build the final clip through adjusting your work on the timeline. In its application to information, creating video is continuing the propagation of information and knowledge by creating a product that reflects a person's learning. In digital literacy, making videos also encourages the sharing of ideas. And as one becomes more advanced in his or her skills when creating video, concepts such as transitions, fades, motion graphics, web sharing, video formats, and file compression become a part of a digital video maker's toolkit. Next, I will be showing several of the major basics in using iMovie to create a new video. I will be showing you how to use iMovie. This is the basic operation for iMovie, and we are going to start by opening up the application. So on my screen here, I have iMovie already put on the taskbar, so we're just going to go ahead, open it, and let it load. And since this is the first time we're using iMovie, and I have no projects, all of your video projects are saved right here on the screen when you first open up iMovie, we're going to create a new project. So we take the mouse, we're going to click Create New, and there are two ways that you can create a project on iMovie. You can either do a template that's already made, has special effects already built into it, and makes it a lot easier to add a lot of pizzazz and snazz to your video. But in the case of this demonstration, we're just going to use the basic operations and just choose Movie, so it's the first one. Once we click that, wait for it to load. As you can see, this is the interface for iMovie, and in order for us to start, we need media to be able to put, so the media will be put here that we can also place right here, which is our timeline. iMovie is like any other basic video editing software, works on timeline. So the order that you place objects is going to determine the order in which something is going to play. So to start off, we're just going to import media here. I'm going to choose a couple files that I've already prepared here to throw in. And that should be in our Documents folder, iMovie Demo. And what you can do to make life easier for you is you can take all of the video and audio that you plan to put into your project and put it all in the same folder. Reason why it makes it easier, as you can see here, I have a folder that I called iMovie Demo, and there are 4 files that I placed here, and there's a really neat button down here that says Import All. So for the intents of this demo, we're going to click Import All and bring all of the files to our project. So once we've done that, these are 4 files that I have now placed into the project. The way that iMovie can help you designate which ones are video and which ones are audio is, if you can see here, the video ones, and you can actually slide your mouse across, are you can see the video that comes out of them. For the ones that are audio only, you're just going to see the wave form of the audio. So it would the waves of what it would look like if you were speaking. In order to play those, you would have to click it and then play it on the preview side, which is the right side of the screen where the mouse is. And you can do that. Same thing goes with the video. You can double click it, have it appear on this side, and you can just play it and cycle it across. Now let's make a very quick video. What we do first is we figure out which items we want to put in which order. So for example here, I just want to do a quick one involving these 2 clips with the white goldfish and these puffers in the tank. When I hover my mouse over, it'll also tell me how long each clip is. So for this one here, let's put these two together. So I'm going to select one here by clicking it, and then I'm going to take my mouse, hold down the left button, and drag it down into the bar. Once I do that, I can just let go and it will place it right there. Let's do the same thing with the second one. And so now I have these two clips side by side, and if I just take my mouse without holding the button to drag and just move it across the timeline in any speed, it'll actually show the sequence from left to right, the order that things are going to play. You can even also go in reverse. Now let's just say that I have, in this case, I think that this fish clip of 5.7 seconds is too long and I need it to be only 3 seconds. In order for me to do that, I can shrink a clip by taking my mouse, going to the end of the clip and hovering over until it turns into 2 arrows, holding down my button and sliding it back. And I can also reduce, as you can see, the time goes up here, and you can reduce it to how many seconds I would like the clip to last. I said I wanted only 3 seconds of fish, so I am reducing it to 3 seconds of fish and then releasing the button. As soon as I do that, the clip itself has now reduced to only 3 seconds. Now, this particular clip here is 10.2 seconds, and let's say in this case I only wanted to play the last 4 seconds of this clip. I can start from the beginning of this clip here until the 2 arrows show up, and I can go ahead and shrink it until I see nothing but the last 4 seconds. As soon as I get to about 4 seconds where I want it to go, I just let that go. And if I want to see how everything looks, I can take my preview bar right here, which is the line that stays on your timeline. Go ahead and click the play button, and as you can see as it's moving, I can change it. Now, as you notice that this particular clip actually had sound on it, and you can tell from this bottom part right here, if you see here that there's absolutely no wavelength down here on the bottom where this mouse is, that means that the clip is silent. If you look down here and you see that there is a sign of a waveform right here, that means that this particular video has sound. Now, if I wanted to add the little clip that I had here, this 15-second sound clip, down here is where the audio goes. We will take this clip, we will move it down here. And as you can see, it just kind of clips down there. This is a little long, so what we can do is we can shrink it down until it matches at 7 seconds. You can start at the beginning and you can listen to what this sounds like. Now, as you can see here, it did play all the way through, but the sound from the second clip is still, you can still hear it. So in order to remove that, down here in the bar, you can take these two circles here and drag them down. Once you do that, if I can get my mouse on there, you can actually mute the sound. Other way of doing it is hovering over this line here and dragging it up and down. I'm going to reduce it down to 0 because I want this completely muted, and then we'll just go ahead and play this again. As you can see here, I'm just going to play it one more time. So there you have it. That's the basics of inserting a clip, inserting audio, trimming the clip, and also muting sound that's already on a clip. Once you are finished with the video and you'd like to publish it, up here on the right-hand corner of the screen, you would click Share, and there are several ways that you can upload this video or save it. If you have a YouTube account, you can upload directly to YouTube. If you would like to upload, save it as a file, you can save it as a file, and there are several other methods that you can use depending on which account you choose to upload your video to. So for all intents and purposes here, we're just going to export it as a file. And so we can, right here as we export as a file, I can name it, so I can just call this test video, because that's what it is. You can put a description if you'd like, and any tags if you'd like to. Making sure that the format shows as video and audio. Because if you only export it as video, it's only going to show as a video with no sound. Resolution. These particular files can't go any higher than 720p. 720p is your standard resolution. I do suggest not going any lower than 720p. Medium quality will work here in this case, and the compression, there really isn't too much you need to do with that. You can just leave it at faster. Now, I just want to make one more note here, as you can see with these two clips here, when I recorded these sitting over at the aquarium the last time I was there, I had the orientation of my camera, because I did video this with my cell phone. I had my cell phone completely vertical. Please note that when you are videotaping any sort of material, that if you set up your cell phone in a portrait mode, which means the long side is up, the video will come out in a portrait look. Now, if you flip your phone to the side and use it the long way, then you will be able to fill up the entire screen as it should. So just keep that in mind when you are videoing anything, is to make sure that, especially if you're using your phone to do any video recording, make sure that you have it at the orientation that you want the final video to come out in. So with that being said, once I've finished entering the information, I can click Next. It will then tell me exactly where do I want to save it. I had a folder in my documents called iMovie Demo, so I selected Documents and then selected iMovie Demo, click that, and since I've selected the folder I want to save everything in, I click Save, and then I wait for it to process. Since this is a very quick 7-second video, this is going to take a very short time to process. Once it is finished, and as we just wait here, your progress will just show up right here on the right hand of the screen. As soon as it's finished, then we can play the video. So now let's play show. It's going to show exactly where I saved it. Since I saved it as a file, it opened up the folder where it's located. Then I can go ahead, double click it, and now I can play. So that is the absolute basics on how to use iMovie. There are a lot more features and special effects, transitions, and other things that you can do with the template. But this is the absolute basics, and thank you for watching.